Guys, I'm going to ask you this one question. How is it possible that a show is amazing in the beginning, brilliant in the second, and then we're starting to get going with season three, and it just doesn't seem like it's stopping? Breaking Bad is just one of those shows that just gets better and better as the show goes on, and I didn't see any problems before, so there's that. Also, I do have one question. I mentioned Trevor Phillips in my Walking Dead review, my last Walking Dead review. And because the actor who played Trevor is in the show, did they base Trevor's friend, Chef? Yeah, Chef is his name. Did they base Chef off of Walter White? I mean, they're out in the middle of the desert. He cooks methamphetamines. He has the glasses, the beard. He doesn't have a full head of hair. Is he based off of Walter White? Comment that down below because I would like to know. So Breaking Bad Season 3. So Breaking Bad Season 3 is really where the show gets going. It's where things get a lot more exciting. I mean, Walter and Jesse are still working together. They're working now in a lab instead of an RV, and they now work for a kingpin named Gus. And Gus is by far one of the best things in this show, and I'll explain in just a little bit. Man, I'm gonna miss that RV. What am I saying? I could just rewatch it and see the RV all over again. I literally had to take off whatever hat I was wearing when they demolished it. It was such a sad scene. But anyway, in season 3, Walter is now dealing with family trouble. His wife left him, and then the news about him is starting to come out, and it's starting to get ugly there. And now he's working not just in a small lab that sells on every single street corner. No, this is a large lab that sells halfway across the country. I mean, his product, this blue meth, is found in places like Texas all the way to Nevada. So clearly the connections that Gus has really do expand, and the name Heisenberg now has a home on every single police station's bulletin board. And speaking of police, and I can't believe I haven't mentioned him by now, Hank, his brother-in-law, works for the DEA, and he's been trying to hunt down Heisenberg this entire time. And I just knew that this lifestyle and this lifestyle is gonna meet one day, and it's going to be ugly. And it's a real shame because I like Hank. Hank is one of the funniest characters in the show. He's really close with Walter. He helps him out when Walter was going through cancer, and with Hank trying to find Heisenberg, trying to finally bring him to justice, without any idea of knowing that Heisenberg was just sitting right next to him the whole time. So all I knew is that eventually this is going to come to a head, and it's going to be sad, and I'm going to be crying. But we'll have to wait until later seasons. But anyway, to keep on with the family stuff, Skylar has finally left him. She's going through a whole lot of stuff, and there's a lot of moments in this season where you really do not like Skylar. Every time Skylar would show up on screen and they try to tell her story, I literally just hit the fast forward button just to skip right through it so we can get to the stuff that we wanted to see. And you would have to be a stupid good writer to make one of the characters, who is in the right, by the way, if you find out that your loved one or your husband or wife is making crystal meth and you don't want to be a part of that lifestyle, you decide to leave, you would technically be in the right. So the fact that the person that's in the right is the least liked character in the show, I gotta say, you'd be a really good writer. That, or just my bad side is just starting to show itself, and for once, I'm not complaining. Anyway, as for the character Gus, as I mentioned before, is one of the best villains in TV history. He could be the good guy selling chicken sandwiches at Los Pollos Hermanos, just one of the friendliest people that you can meet, and in 2 seconds later, he could switch from good guy to bad guy, and when he's a bad guy, he's not only just a bad guy, he is scary. I mean, he is like creepy scary. It would look like that he is about to do something, but it would switch of him doing something else. He's a very unpredictable character, and that's one of the things that I just keep telling myself, this is not a guy I would like to cross one day. And in the very beginning of the season, Jesse was doing something that I was a little worried for him. He was taking a little bit of the product that they make in this lab just to sell on street corners to get a little extra cash, because he believes that Gus was not giving them a fair deal of all the meth that they have been making. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, Jesse, please be careful, because this is not a guy you really want to cross. And is there problems that they face in in the drug business? Oh yeah, there is. There was even one moment where they get a new hire that helps them inside the lab and all such, not knowing that maybe or maybe not this guy could be their replacement, because I don't think it's that simple or that easy to leave the drug business. There's probably two ways you can leave the drug business, and that is in a jail cell or in a coffin. That's the word I was looking for. So, yeah. And at this point of the amount of meth that they are making and the amount of money that Walter is starting to make, it's perfectly clear that he is not just in this business for the sake of his family, because he kept saying that he needs to make this amount of money to pay off their debts and pay off his cancer and all that type of stuff. And yet he's still in the business. So it's perfectly clear that he loves it. He loves the idea that he is in control of something. And that's one of the great things about Walter White's character. And when he's Walter White, he's just the feeble guy that wants to keep everything together. He wants his family to stay together. He wants good things to happen. But when he's in that lab and he is in control, that's when Heisenberg comes out. And this is like the in-between. Walter is still here, but Heisenberg is starting to rise. Just the amount of time that he goes from Walter White to Heisenberg is so brilliantly written that I can't even express enough how good it was done in Breaking Bad. But anyway, those are my thoughts on Breaking Bad Season 3. Did I miss anything, or did you want me to talk about something else? Comment that down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Oh wait, I forgot. I almost forgot to give it its rating. Breaking Bad Season 3, what else can I say? It's still an amazing show. It just gets better and better and better as the show goes on, and I already gave the first season praise. So what else other than legendary? But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. Whatever you think of it, comment that down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.